Hello everyone! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review of one of my all-time favorite lenses, which is the Canon 70-300 Image Stabilization Nano USM 2. Okay, I got it. And I'm going to explain to you all about why I love this lens so much, so stay tuned. Okay, so one of the main reasons that I actually got this lens was because I was on the hunt for a 300mm lens, mainly because of the lightweight factor and also the portability. So usually when I'm out in the field, almost always I'll be carrying my binoculars with me, and I wanted something that would be lightweight. It wouldn't be a burden on me while I was out in the field, counting birds or whatever, but I also at the same time wanted to capture what I saw. So I felt like a 300mm was kind of the perfect balance between something that had a good zoom and something that would be really comfortable for me to be walking around the field with. So that is the first kind of like pro that I have for this lens. The second pro that I have is how fast this autofocus is. So I've actually had previous like 200mm lenses, 300mm lenses. Before I got the 70-300, I used to have a 75-300 kit lens, which is still good, and I used that for a while before I kind of like discovered this lens. But the thing is, in low light, it would hunt like crazy. Like it would be like it would not be able to focus on anything. And when I got this, bro, when they're saying Nano USM or whatever this is, it is like the autofocus is very, very fast and it does not miss a beat. I do not experience any hunting with this lens. Even in low light, the only time that I would experience like it being tricky with autofocus is when there's a lot of branches or leaves, which honestly I feel like any lens would have some trouble with focusing on, especially if there's like leaves in front of the bird is moving around, warblers, things like that. The third thing that I love about this lens is how sharp it is. It is super sharp, and later in the video I'm going to give you some examples of some of my favorite images that I've taken with this lens, but it is like tack sharp, and I don't know, I feel like a salesy person for saying it, but this is definitely the most sharp lens that I have come across, and that's even me testing out the 70-300 L series lens, which actually brings me to my fourth point, which is the fact that this lens is such a bang for your buck. It is a very, very good bargain. I think buying this new would cost like around $549. I bought this lens used for, I don't know, like $400 something, and I'm pretty sure you could find it even cheaper if you look hard enough. But the amount of quality that you get out of a lens like this for the amount of money that you pay for it is really amazing. I mentioned the L series lens because I actually did test it out, because for me, kind of moving my way up into larger lenses, weight was a huge limiting factor for me. I do not have a high tolerance for weight. Not that I can't carry it, but I just prefer to be a lot more mobile with my lenses. And so I was testing out the L series to see if there was any huge difference. And not only did I not see an improvement on the L series lens, which is the white one, I also actually felt like this lens was way better quality than the L series. So that was kind of a shocker to me, given that the L series lens is actually double the price of this. So I was like happily surprised by that fact. I would say in terms of cons, really the only con, which is pretty obvious when you're buying it, is the fact that it is only 300mm, so you're not getting a lot of reach. One way that you can get around it is by using a crop sensor body. Like this, I have the Canon Rebel T7i that I use with this lens, and so it gives me 1.6 times crop factor, and so I get an equivalent of 420mm. And that's really useful when you're taking pictures of birds, because it does give you that extra boost that using a full frame body would not. Okay, so when it comes to the whole upgrading your kit and getting a better setup, I'm such a huge proponent of people really utilizing their current setup to the best of their ability and learning all of the settings, learning how to use it up until you feel like you're ready to move on to the next level. So for me, like at this point in my bird photography career, which has been about like a year and a half of me taking bird photos, I feel like I am due for an upgrade, and I feel like I've definitely grown out of this lens. And so definitely looking into like longer lenses is something that I'm interested in. Another reason why I feel like I've grown out of this kit is because I'm more interested in action shots. So I'm really interested in like wildlife action, birds in flight, behavior shots, that type of thing, as opposed to like static bird perch. I mean, those are, you can actually get really cool pictures that, you know, don't have crazy amount of movement in them. But I think that is usually what captures my eye, is like the action shots. And so I'm really interested in trying to capture that in the future. So that's something that I would be looking into. But even with an upgrade, I 100% will keep this lens and this, well, the body I could care less about, but the lens itself is just so amazing. I'm definitely gonna keep this lens around when I go on vacation, when I go to another country after lockdown, because it's like very inconspicuous, but the quality is so good that you can take really great shots of wildlife that's far away and it not look like you're shooting with a 300mm lens, which is amazing in my opinion. So with all of that, I hope you enjoyed my review. It was definitely less of a technical review and more of just a, in my experience, kind of review. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that if you're looking to upgrade or if you're looking to stay within the 300mm lens and you are using a Canon system, that you consider this lens, because I'm telling you, I'm not sponsored. It is a really, really good lens. And hopefully the pictures that I shot are like evidence of the fact that it is a very good quality lens. And if you don't already, please follow me on Instagram or Twitter, where I post a lot more bird photos using this lens and other lenses that I might try out. So definitely follow me at Alizurd, ALIZURD, on both Instagram and Twitter. All right, so thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Happy holidays. Bye-bye.